very good morning to you and welcome to the vlog. It's a bright, crisp Wednesday morning, and it's just me today. Lisa's in North Yorkshire with family, and I'm off taking the dog for a walk. So Winnie has got her own set routine, and we're going to go and have a look round. We're going to go and have a walk round the well, busy 2 delivery vans. Now, is it for me? Let's just have a quick look. Winnie's definitely doing her own thing. Oh, anyway, that aside, yeah, as you know, we're in a lovely little Cornish village, not far from Lou. Everyone knows Lou, and every morning our Winnie's got a set routine. She does like a mile walk, probably mile and a half walk around the village, normally down to the local leave it. Oh no, she's got a thing for bird feathers, but she doesn't, she, whatever Lisa tells her to do, she'll quite happily do, whereas for me it's more luck than judgment. So we're doing, I think we're going to do our daily ablutions, and if she does, I might just stop the camera for a little while and sort that out, and then we'll be back. I believe we might be. No, it wasn't. Is it? I don't know. Anyway, how's your morning? How are things with you? I've had, well, this will be day 3 off, which is really nice after a run of nights that were particularly challenging. Not so much for the type of patients and things, but for the delays that we're experiencing, not just in Cornwall and Devon, but all over the country, of ambulances waiting outside hospitals. It's soul destroying, not only for us as paramedics and technicians and ECAs, but for the patients, who must be exceptionally frustrated. Anyway, Winnie's doing what she come out to do, so I'll be back in a minute. As I was saying, Winnie does her ablution, so there you go. Yeah, so the frustration of being stuck outside the hospitals is, it kind of gets to us. So the best thing you can do is keep your chin up and just carry on with it, but it is what it is. Anyway, that aside, 3 days off, and it's been marvellous. It's been very cold. It was exceptionally cold last night. I took Winnie for a walk about 11 o'clock down to the quay, and it was very, very slippery underfoot. So she's very bouncy this morning. Come here, stop pulling. The joys of being off during the week means you can get so much done, and it's not as busy. It does take a while to. How do dogs manage to find absolutely every piece of rubbish? Stop pulling. Yeah, sorry, as I was saying, the joys of being off during the week just means you manage to get so much done. It's nowhere near as busy, but I've actually had a very relaxing 3 days. Back into work tomorrow for an early turn. It's like Winnie's deciding what she's going to do, where she's going to go. Lisa's used to all this. I don't take Winnie walking nowhere near as much as what Lisa does. No, she just wanted to smell the roses, as they say. Yeah, Lisa takes her for a walk twice a day. She was spoilt yesterday. She had 3 walks. But I do that a lot, don't I? But so what are you doing today? What's your day looking like? You're working? Let us know what you do. We've had quite a lot of reviews on the site recently, and some people have commented that Winnie, sit. Yeah, some people have commented that we seem to have done more reviews than anything else, and I can't lie, that is true. We've done absolutely loads of reviews. The main reason being is we're having, if you don't already know, in January last year, whilst I was driving to work in the then unconverted wheelchair access bus, I had a pipe go on the back of the engine. Subsequently it caused a lot of damage to the engine, and after spending a lot of money having a lot of work done, it basically needed a replacement engine. Now the only reason I found this out is that one of the vehicle technicians in work had a look at it for me, and he said, no, you know, that nice new turbo you've had fitted and all the injectors and everything else is absolutely great, but the bottom end of the engine is absolutely shattered. It's no good whatsoever. Need a new engine. So after a lot of looking about and searching and trying to get some realistic quotes, we found a company in Oldham in Lancashire who offered us not the cheapest quote, but could actually fit the engine within a time frame that meant we'd have it back to go away on a trip to Wales, North Wales, so we could go and sort out the wedding. Unfortunately, the company completely overrun the time scale that they set by 2 weeks. When I got to the company, went to pick the van up, it had a little knock. Now, before I left, I discussed this with them, and they said, "Oh no, it's actually just the air conditioning pump." Which, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. That just needs pumping up, and all be good. Need regassing. So that's what we decided to do. Drove the vehicle home slowly. Because it was a reconditioned engine, I didn't push it. You know, sat on the motorway at 60 mile an hour. It was late. It was nearly 5:30 before I left Oldham anyway. Anyway, we get to oh, someone doesn't know it's an offence to park on a curb. Come on. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we get to Oldham, we collect the bus, and I head home. There was still this annoying rattle all the way home, which they said, "Oh yeah, it needs regassing." Blah blah blah. Gets home, parks it up. As I switched it off, the engine actually remained running for about 10 seconds after I switched it off. I was like, ooh, odd. Following morning, I went out and started it, and there was just plumes and plumes and plumes of white smoke. Very noisily, very rattly, and this rattling that had been when I'd sort of picked the bus up was just horrendous. Anyway, there was a burning smell as well. Called the RAC out. They came out and basically went, it's not the air conditioning pump, albeit that hasn't been fitted correctly. We think your valve stem seals have gone and your alternator is shot. Now, as you all know, I had the when we had the bus converted to the camper, I had it upgraded. I had a bigger alternator put on, so I know that the alternator that was on there was brand new. It had done less than 1,000 miles, and I just knew that it wasn't my alternator. Now, I spoke to the company, and all of a sudden their whole what they'd actually done changed. So the agreement that I had with them was to supply me with a complete engine. So that meant the engine, all the ancillaries, the turbo, because they guaranteed me that the engine that was on there, the engine that they were supplying me with, was perfect. It had less miles on it than mine, and I thought, well, yeah, okay, I have just had a new turbo, new injectors put in, but do you know what? This engine works, so let's just go with that. Let's just do that. The boss man himself of this company, whilst he was counting my notes, said to me, yeah, just did a complete swap. Your engine was completely knackered. And yeah, he said, I can't lie to you. Yeah, we probably will settle your turbo on, blah, 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 blah. Great. When I ring them up, oh, no. We took off your turbo, we took off your alternator, we took off your injectors. And I was like, well, that isn't what was said. A lot of backwards and forwards. And I said to him, well, it's not a problem because the alternator that I had fitted was a 120 amp alternator. So that's what'll be on there then. And then there was this stunned silence. And they were like, oh, well, we'll supply you with another alternator. Not a new one. We'll supply you with another alternator. Which they did. It wasn't new, but it did the job. I've had to pay to have the alternator fitted. This is after I had to pay to have it recovered to my local garage. The local garage have had it now for 5 weeks to try to get it in a condition where I can actually, no, more longer than 5 weeks, 7 weeks, because they're so busy. They're trying to fit it in between their other work to get it into a condition where I can drive it back to Oldham so that they can rectify the issues. Now, I've kept in contact with the company. They're not very forthcoming with their responses. I've had to get trading standards involved. And a week and a half ago, I had an email apologising for their lack of communication and offering me a partial refund. That sounds like my mate Simon and his Hemi. It is, yeah, offering me a partial refund. Now this partial refund, I spoke to my garage about, and they said, like, no, don't, under no circumstances take any refund, because if this is what we think it is, what you paid to have this reconditioned engine, you're going to pay that again to have it fixed. So I've communicated this to the engine supplier in Oldham, and since that I've had absolutely no response. I've sent them 3 other emails, some letters by recorded delivery, nothing. So Lisa and I sort of resigned to the fact now that having spent something like £5,000 in total so far on this engine, we're probably going to have to spend another 3 to make it roadworthy again. Now, a lot of people would go, well, what do you want to do that for? Just scrap it. Well, had it have been prior to the conversion, then do you know what? Yeah, I'd probably agree with you, but we absolutely love the conversion. We love the vehicle. When it's driving, it's so comfortable. It's lovely. It's just what we need. We don't need anything bigger. We had the Bursner and we never used it. This little camper van has been done to our requirements, and it honestly, it just suits us down to the T. No doubt as we get older we'll probably, oh look, my tomb. No doubt as we get older we'll probably look for something with a little bit more room, but for now, do you know what, absolutely brilliant. So 14 minutes into our chat, that's the reason why we haven't had the camper van, purely because it's in a garage again, waiting to have work done to it and for it to be drivable, which is a crying shame, because we've had 3 opportunities where we could have met up with friends, family, other YouTubers, and we've just not been able to do it. But there you go, it's not the end of the world. It's like, people must think I'm absolutely barking mad talking to a camera. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, is it? It will all come good. Eventually it will all come good. Right, I'll be back when we get down to the quay. Well, we've made it down to the quay. I absolutely love it down here. Oh, sorry, I was a bit fast. Absolutely gorgeous. It's lovely in the summer, but in the winter, it's just so picturesque. One day we intend to have a little boat down here. Mind you, we need to get the camper van sorted first, as I said, but there you go. All right, that was our walkabout. Dog for a walk. Me telling you what's happened with the camper van. Oh, knackered. It is in actual fact a 1.5 miles the walk, which isn't a lot, but when you don't do as much walking as you should do. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, comment and ring the bell, and hopefully we'll be back with Lisa soon. Bye for now.